You are listening to 81xrocks.com.
81xrocks.com. Listen to the kings of drag racing. This is Chris Nite, and I'm your humble host. Tonight on the podcast, you'll be hearing Jason Woods from the Domino Motorsports camp and Chris Domino himself. Many of you guys are just tuning in to win the tickets to the Fall Nationals at the Texas Motorplex coming up here in a couple of weeks. That's all good. I'm happy to have people listening either way it goes. But I wanted to tell you guys about the email address first and foremost. NITE at 81xrocks.com. That's going to be the email address that you use when you hear me ask you the question. The first few people, because we have a few tickets to give away, who send me the correct answer will win these tickets. And we announce it on Facebook. And hell, if you don't have Facebook and you're listening in, send away email address, telephone, some way of. I'm going to need your home address too, because we're going to overnight mail these. So when you send me an email, make sure you send me your full contact info. I don't want to overlook anybody. So when you hear the question, figure it out. It's not going to be hard to do. And hopefully you'll be a winner. Here comes Domino Motorsports from Houston, Texas. You guys are currently running in the Texas Automatic Outlaws. For more information about the Texas Automatic Outlaws, go to autopromwise.com. For more information that's going on at the Motorplex, go to texasmotorplex.com. And I want to thank the NHRA. I want to thank Full Throttle, my good friend Maverick over at Coca-Cola for making all this happen, and all of you for listening. We'll see you next time. My name is Chris Knight. Here comes the interview.
Everybody in the crew, we started drag racing with the boats with Chris back when I was like 16, 17. And, man, I want to thank Chris for getting us all involved in it again. It's like I keep laughing and saying we're like the Blues Brothers. We're getting the band back together, so we're all back racing again and having a good time, and we appreciate it. He spends all his hard-earned money and stuff keeping us going, and we're having a ball. And we're kind of like family, so it's a good time, good fun, and glad to be back with Brian Vance and him, and now we got Dan involved and bringing in Brian's son and Chris's son. So, teach the younger generation a little bit about what we did when we were young and have a good time.
Yeah, man. So you should have brought that up, dude. Now I'm going to ask you the big tough question. How long have you guys been a crew together? How long exactly? How many years? And, kind of give us you guys used to race boats. Now you're racing cars. How many years do you guys have in this legacy so far?
Since probably they started before I did. I kind of came around and started hanging out and got on board with Chris probably in 1994, 95. So we've been tinkering with racing everything from pit bikes to boats to street cars and different stuff ever since then. Offshore power boats. We all kind of we parted ways somewhat. We're all stayed good buddies, but kind of raced in different directions. And Brian's always raced his cars and messed around. Chris had some different drag boats. I went offshore racing for a couple of years, and now we're all back together, and it works, So
right on.
We've been around for a while together.
All right, man. Well, I'm going to give Domino a call here in just a minute, but I do appreciate you taking the time and give us a little insight what's going on. Hey, man, always appreciate the support, brother. And thanks for keeping it real, and thanks for being a part of things.
Thank you, Chris. You do a good job, right. I think, promoting this whole sport, so appreciate it.
All right, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, buddy.
All right. Domino Motorsports, Outlaw, Pro Mod. On the phone with me, the one and only Chris Domino from Domino Motorsports. You guys are celebrating your first win. I'll let you take over, Chris. How do you feel about it?
Well, I'm going to tell you, Chris, it feels really good. We worked long and hard. I feel like my guys deserved it more than me. They put in lots of hours and lots of time at the track, and them guys are the ones that get their hands dirty, and I get to have all the glory driving the car and having the fun, and it feels really good finally to get a victory.
Right on, man. Right on. You guys have been chasing this win for a while now, and now that you've captured it, what are you going to do with it?
Well, first thing I did, I laid down in front of the car, took a picture with the trophy, and they all made fun of it.
Hey, it's going to be in the next Playgirl spread. Chris Domino laying it out for everybody to see on there.
Well, I figured, Playgirl might call and want to do a little photo shot. If they do, they'll get a redneck to centerfold. How about that?
Hell, they could put a gear shift over certain areas. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, well Chris, I'm sure it's not your first win racing, man. You have a good legacy behind you, racing boats and stuff. And Jason was telling us you guys have raced boats and went offshore and raced little motorcycles and all kind of fun stuff. But how does this win register on that legacy that you have behind you all these years racing? How does it feel, man?
Well, I can tell you this: we're in a whole new league and a whole different group of people. And I will tell you this, Chris: I have a lot of respect for the guys that I race with. A lot of these guys, they've been doing it a long time, and they got a lot of fast cars. And for us to put together a team, I handpicked my team. All my guys are what I'd like to call virgins in the mix. We've raced together, we grew up together, and we're learning a new deal. And I can tell you this, man, it felt really good to be able to bring it all the way through the race and pull out in the finals. And we had to detune the car quite a bit just to get it to go down the track. And we made some changes in the car. And the changes that we made seem to be working, and I'd like to think that we're going to be really competitive in the next few races. And I hope that we see a 15-car field. I'd like to think that we could get more than that. I want to see TAO grow into something really big, and I know that we can if we get support of racers and get support of fans. I'd like to see all the track really start putting advertising out there and get some people in the stands. There was more than 2,000 people at HMP this weekend, and according to the track manager, which him and I have become friends over the past couple of weeks, they had the biggest turnout ever at HMP for the Pro Mod and the 275 guys this weekend.
Right on, man. That's one thing about you guys, your racing organization, and that new Texas 275 thing, man. Both you guys have seen an explosion of members and stuff, and people are catching on to what's going on. But one thing that HMP did this past time that now a lot of tracks do is they actually put out a little promo deal for over there on YouTube. And people were playing that. They were posting it up on Facebook and Twitter and other stuff. They had you got some web coverage from that. That was helping getting the word out, man. I mean, taking a little bit of time, putting together a little 30-second deal. I mean, it was great, dude. I thought it was one of those things that a lot of tracks aren't doing right now, but H&P sure did it. And look, it had a good response. I mean, that was one of those deals where someone had to sit down and go through the aggravation of putting it together. But it looked cool when it got done. Did you get to see it? You know what I'm talking about? It had like a extreme pro mod shootout deal on there with a big voice guy. Did you see it? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, I saw it. It's a really good video. And John, the track manager, was telling me they did some TV ads and they did newspaper, they did radio, and they put the word out. I'm going to tell you something, Chris. They had the best crowd I've ever seen at one of our drag races, and I want our guys to know how much we appreciate them showing up and support us. And we're looking forward to having a good year next year, being teamed up with HMP.
Right on, man. That's good news, man. It's always good news. And HMP, one of the best tracks to race at in the state of Texas, man. Everybody says good things about it, and you never hear anything bad. So good thing that you guys had a good turnout down there. All right, let's talk about the car. A lot of people give you slack about having that Domino on there, but you can't keep anybody from putting your name in their mouth this week, man. You guys can get some respect on that end. what did y'all have to do to the car exactly to make it go down the track? I know you said to detune it, so I'm estimating when you guys run like 2,000 horsepower or something like that in that car right now.
Yeah, we have a 700-inch motor, and we got some nitrous on it, and it makes 2,000, a little over 2,000 horsepower. And you got to learn how to manage the power. You know, the blower guys, they have to hit it all right up front, where we get the advantage of turning it on as it goes down the track, and I think that gives us a little advantage. You know, when the tracks are questionable, and HMT was questionable. You know, one lane was not as good as the other, and so that gives us a little bit of advantage to be able to manage our power. We made a converter change this weekend, which obviously in our eyes has made a big difference. It allows us to not have to work the motor as hard to get it to do what we want it to do, and I mean, it's all positive for us, man. I'm looking forward to what's fixing to come in the next few races.
Right on. You know, you guys are so far ahead in the points right now. You know, I don't see anybody knocking on that door anytime soon. So,
well, I appreciate it. I think we're 80 points ahead of the Clark brothers, and you know, I got to give them guys a lot of respect. The Clark brothers they are first class. I appreciate racing with them. They don't even realize how much that we enjoy their company and enjoy being around them. All the teams, you know, Darren Inman, he works hard. He's on a tight budget, but he shows up to the races and puts an effort in. You know, Doug Morales, them guys do a good job. All the guys that come to our races do a great job. And I think a lot of them go unappreciated. They do it without sponsors. They don't have anybody patting them on the back. I know David Hauser, he comes out there and polishes his car, and then you know, has a few troubles. We tried to help him out one race and give him a few parts, and you know, and try to help everybody out. That's what we want to do. We want to help out all the racers. Come out to the track and race with us, because if we don't have racers, then we're never going to have a race.
Well, let's ask a tough question of you, brother, since you're being so damn politically correct. What's the chances of you guys running in a Topma race anytime soon? You guys are running Topma speeds right now. Any chance you guys going over there and shaking some doors down or what?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We're looking forward to it. Man, we're trying to look. You know what I feel like sometimes, Chris? I feel like we're a baby bird in the nest, and we're trying to stretch our wings out, and we want to fly. There ain't no doubt about it. We want to get out there, and we want to rumble with the best of them. And Topma, I feel like, is not out of our league. And I think we can go out there. I feel like that we can go qualify with them guys. I can't tell you that we can go out there and run a 370 or 380, because I know with the equipment that we have right now, I don't think we're capable of doing that. But I know this. I know that we can cuddle a good light, and I know that we can run a good time. And a lot of times at the drag races, that's what it takes to win. I mean, it's been proven over and over this year. Not the fastest car wins.
That's right. That's right.
Look at the history of TAO.
81X Rocks, Chris Knight with you. Doing a little, well, you guys know we love to give away stuff here on the station, and right now we're going to give away some tickets to the Fall Nationals out here at the Texas Motorplex. All you have to do is tell me who holds the ET record in top fuel dragster at the Texas Motorplex. Send me your answer to Nite at 81xrocks.com, and we'll be picking the winners here pretty soon. We post them up on Facebook. Make sure you send us your information with your address and your number and all that, how we can get a hold of you. Anybody who sends an answer, if you're correct, you don't send me the proper way of getting a hold of you, we'll have to overlook you. All right? And I'd hate to do that. So if you guys know the answer, email me, and you'll be the winner of the tickets. All right, back to Chris Domino. Thanks for checking things out here at 81X Rocks.
We didn't we didn't really do as much dancing as I would have liked, but we did have a good little party. Actually, it was kind of subdued after everything calmed down and everybody sit around and enjoyed each other's company. I do know this. I do know that we learned a lot, and we're going to take that knowledge to the next race. So I know what we're going to do coming into this next race. We're going to go in with the same mindset, and we're going to try to be number one qualifier again. You know, Chris, I think we set a record TAO, because I don't know of anybody else that's been number one qualifier 4 races in a row in TAO history, but Domino Motorsports has done that over the past 4 races.
Yeah, man, you guys are knocking on some consistent times. And when I was talking to Jason earlier before I called you, you know, we were talking, and I told him, I was like, you know, you guys have such an advantage on everybody, and it's not because you had the fastest car or the best driver or any of that. It's because you guys have a big team behind you, you know. A lot of these guys are the weekend racer, man. You know, they get off work on Friday, get the car loaded up, and they haul ass to the track and hope for the best. Well, you guys, you know, if there's something going on, you get on the radio, and you got a whole team of people there ready to help, you know. You guys got that professional team, and you're able to make the consistent times, you know. In my eyes, man, the sky's the limit for you guys. I mean, you're just going to keep going up from here, and, you know, I'm just glad to see it.
Well, we hope for some things happening in the future. We've been approached by a couple of people that talked about sponsorship, and you know, if something like that was to happen, so I didn't have to race out of my back pocket, you never know where we could go from here.
All right, hey man.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's always a positive thing, you know, when somebody sees what you're doing, appreciates it, and can and wants to add to what you're doing.
Man, you know, you guys roll up to the track with like an NHRA kind of team over there, so it's always cool to see.
Right.
It's a damn good thing to see.
I appreciate you thinking that about us, man. It's a bunch of old guys down here in South Texas that's trying to have fun and enjoy what we're doing, and we have a few credits. You know, I set 2 world records in 1994 in a drag boat, and we did that with the same momentum that we're racing now. I mean, we got drive, and we have ability, evidently, because we're doing what we're doing. We just we lack a little bit of experience, and we're trying to gain that as we're racing along here.
Right on, man. Well, any advice you want to give everybody? We're going to keep it short tonight, you know, because sometimes I get long-winded on this deal. So, always good to talk to you, Chris, but I want to give you the opportunity to send us some shout-outs or spotlight some of your sponsors or some of your friends, or issue a call out or two if you want to. I mean, anything you want to say, man, get it off your chest right here, brother, and we'll have it up for everybody to listen to tomorrow.
Well, man, I really appreciate it. I'll run down a few things. I like to say thanks to Chris Nite for having us on the radio. 81 rocks, and there's no doubt. Look at the front of my golf cart. We're sporting y'all's logo.
Hey, thank you for that, brother. Thank you for that.
Absolutely, dude. You know, my business is Circle D Boats in Beaumont, Texas, and I have Premier Pools and Spas. That's one of my big sponsors. Da Vinci Performance Carburetors. You know, Dan, he shows up to all the races with me. Go Sign and Graphics in Nederland. They do all my graphics and my vinyl work and stuff on the trailer. And you know, without them guys, it'd be a little bit tough to get on and on with this program that we're doing. Jeff Nizer, NRC, and Houston helped us out, but Billy Albert is an unspoken guy. We're running a Billy Albert racing engine. He's up in Virginia, and he's a long way away, but he's helped us a bunch, and I've never really told him how much he means, but he means a lot by helping us out like that. But, Chris, I appreciate you having me on the radio tonight, and anytime you'd like to talk, give me a call, Bubba. I appreciate you calling.
Hey, no problem, man. Chris Domino Motorsports checking in from Houston. We'll talk to you guys real soon. We'll see you on September 22nd up here at North Star Dragway. Thanks for taking the call tonight, Chris. We'll see you later, brother.
Absolutely, man. We'll see you in Denton.
All right, bye-bye.